On a street in Philadelphia, a message appeared where no message should be. It was pressed into the road, made from linoleum, and meant to last beneath tires and rain. The words pointed to Toynbee, a movie, and the planet Jupiter. The strange part was not only what the tile said, it was that someone kept placing these markers with no name, no claim, and no clear reason. The message read, Toynbee idea in movie 2001, resurrect dead on planet Jupiter. It sounded like a note from a mind working far outside normal talk. Yet the object itself was simple. A thin piece of linoleum, set into fresh asphalt, could harden in place as the road dried. A private thought had become street art, fixed under the wheels of strangers. The record places the earliest known Toynbee tiles in Philadelphia during the 1980s. From there, similar tiles were reported in other major American cities. Each one carried the same rough words, or close versions of them. Their maker did not stand nearby to explain the work. The city became the gallery, and the road became the wall. That first setting matters. Philadelphia is a city of old brick, busy streets, worn pavement, and deep layers of memory. A tile could sit unnoticed for years, hidden among cracks and repairs. Then a driver, walker, or street worker might spot the bright shape underfoot. The discovery felt personal, as if the message had been waiting for one particular person to read it. The word Toynbee points toward Arnold Toynbee, a British historian known for studying the rise and fall of civilizations. His work was about human societies, not secret road messages. The tilemaker seems to have borrowed his name for a reason, but the record does not give us a clear statement of that reason. We have a clue, not a key. The next clue comes from 2001, A Space Odyssey, the film directed by Stanley Kubrick. In that story, a mysterious object helps push human life toward a new stage. The tile's line about resurrecting the dead on Jupiter may echo the film's strange vision of change, rebirth, and life beyond Earth. But an echo is not proof. The movie connection remains open to more than one reading. Taken together, the words sound like a plan. They may describe a belief that dead people could be brought back through some future act, perhaps on another world. They may also be fragments from a private theory that only made sense to its author. The spelling, grammar, and layout give the tiles a rushed, handmade feel. Their roughness is part of the mystery, not a solution to it. The method was as important as the message. Linoleum is cheap, flat, and easy to cut. A maker could prepare a tile away from the street, place it over asphalt, and let traffic press it down. Heat and pressure might help it join the road. This is one plausible explanation for their survival. It also suggests planning, patience, and a wish to stay unseen. Placing one was not like leaving a note on a bench. It meant working near traffic, pavement, and public space without permission. The act was small, but it carried risk. The maker had to choose a spot, bring the piece, and trust that the street would hold it. Every tile became a quiet act of trespass, followed by a long wait. As years passed, the tiles formed a scattered trail. Some were in Philadelphia. Others appeared far away, making the work seem larger than one neighborhood. Their spread fed the idea that a network might exist, or that many people were copying one hidden design. Yet no reliable evidence confirms a group. Repetition can suggest a movement, but it can also come from one obsessive person. That word obsessive should be used carefully. It can describe the visible pattern, the same message, the same materials, and a project lasting across decades. It cannot tell us what the maker felt inside. Perhaps the tiles came from fear, hope, anger, or a need to be heard. Perhaps they were a joke that grew too large to stop. The road keeps the secret. The public response changed the work. At first, a tile could be mistaken for damage or random paving. Once people began comparing photographs and stories, each new example became part of a larger legend. Urban explorers followed the trail through streets and online spaces. They looked for links between locations, dates, wording, and construction. Their goal was not just to admire the tiles, they wanted to solve them. This is where the mystery moved from asphalt to memory. A person might recall a tile in one place, while another remembered a different version somewhere else. Paint faded, roads were repaired, pieces were removed or broken. Online posts could preserve a clue, but they could also repeat an error. A legend grows through both careful research and ordinary human guesswork. The tiles also raised a hard question about ownership. Is this art if the artist stays hidden? Is it vandalism because it changes public pavement? Linoleum street art sits in an uneasy middle ground. It asks to be noticed, yet it does not ask permission. It belongs to no gallery, no city program, and no known artist. Its audience is anyone who happens to look down. For Philadelphia, that tension gives the story a local weight. Public streets carry private lives. People walk to work, wait for buses, haul goods, and cross the same blocks for years. A hidden marker can become part of that daily pattern without anyone agreeing to it. The tile turns routine into a question. Who else has seen this? How long has it been here? The strongest explanation may be practical. One person could have made the pieces, chosen roads, and learned how to set them into asphalt. A private method can look supernatural when the maker leaves no trail. The repeated design would then be evidence of persistence, not a message from another world. That explanation fits much of what can be observed, but it does not explain the belief behind the words. Another possibility is imitation. Once the first tiles became known, later makers could have copied the form. A copied tile would still carry the original mystery, even if its maker had a different motive. This makes the trail hard to read. Similar objects do not always share one author. The city may hold one story, several stories, or a story that changed hands. The suspected maker adds another layer. Investigators and urban explorers have pointed toward a solitary individual based on clues tied to the tiles and their history. That suspicion has never become a proven public answer. A name can give a mystery the shape of a person, but shape is not proof. Without a confirmed confession or solid record, the identity remains an interpretation. There is a human cost to that uncertainty. The unknown maker is often treated as a puzzle before being treated as a person. We ask how clever the work was, how strange the message sounds, and how far the tiles traveled. We may forget that behind every repeated act is someone living through ordinary days. The work could have been a cry for meaning, even if nobody knew how to answer. The tiles endure because they join big ideas to humble material. Arnold Toynbee suggests history and civilization. 2001. A Space Odyssey suggests space, change, and the future. Jupiter gives the message a distant target. Linoleum brings everything back to the curb, where shoes, buses, and weather grind against it. The cosmic dream survives in the least cosmic place imaginable. That contrast may explain why the tiles feel so powerful. They do not arrive in a lab or a museum. They appear in damaged streets, beside daily traffic, among objects people ignore. Their mystery is not separate from urban decay. It grows from it. A city can hide a message in plain sight simply because everyone is busy trying to get somewhere else. No reliable evidence confirms that the tiles can resurrect the dead, that Jupiter is part of a real plan, or that one proven organization placed them. No final solution has made every piece fit. What we have is stronger in a different way. Material evidence, repeated wording, a long span of time, and a human act that refuses to explain itself. Return to the first tile in Philadelphia. It was only a small piece of linoleum pressed into a street, yet it tried to speak about history, film, death, and another planet. Maybe its maker believed the message would outlive the body that made it. Maybe the true goal was simpler, to leave one thought where the world could not easily erase it. The Toynbee tiles remain mysterious because they are both clear and impossible. We can read the words, trace the material, and follow the reports from Philadelphia outward. We can test practical methods and question claims about a hidden maker, but the central meaning stays just beyond reach. Were the tiles a plan, a warning, a private faith, or an obsessive work of art? The street offers no answer, only another place to look down.